Alright. Yoo-hoo. Welcome. How are you all doing? I'm going to adjust myself where the camera is. I've changed stuff around. Oh, audio. Ay. Is there no audio on Instagram? Instagram, RG people, I need you to let me know if there's audio here. Can hear you good? Ay. Stress me out for nothing. How we doing, everyone? Dazzling, Dylan, Travis, Dumb Joe, Havonia, Julia, British Giraffe. Again, I love that avatar name. SRJ, welcome. Love from Rwanda. Whoa. Soft Butch, thank you. Stopak, thank you. Music is a bit loud. All right, legends, thank you for letting me know. I'll knock that down a tad. Soundwave, Loyal Gold, Art Pet. So we're just going to chill as we wait for people to filter in. Glittery Eyed Polymath. I like that name as well. Great to have you. Maxi, shit, I wanted to see this famous hotel in Switzerland. Yeah, right. Well, is that a famous hotel in Switzerland? I've got no idea. I just got it off of Pinterest. So today, while we're waiting for people to filter in, and I'll repeat this again and again as is normal, I'm thinking, right, I'm going to start off with some environment studies, right? Just some timed environment studies that you guys can follow along. Again, if you are on YouTube, the links are in the description of where I got these references from, etc. I'll generally have the reference here in the bottom left for the IG people, and for the YouTube people, you see everything. So that's all good. So I want to do a couple of environment studies, right? But I want to stylize them, okay? Once I've done those, then I want to start placing things within that scene using the light source, right? So it feels like it will fit into the scene, whether it's a character, whether we start off with just some basic shapes just to get the feel of it. Then we can sort of go through and maybe look at some figure reference or some whatever reference to throw a something in there. I don't know what yet. Hopefully it will come to me when we get to it. But that's the plan. How does that sound? Hopefully that's going to be an interesting thing, because it's what I want to work on. I want to incorporate more backgrounds into my work. Baudelaire, welcome. Aini, Dumb, what's going on, man? Limorehe, coming in from Brazil. Thumb Guns, yeah. Julia, whoa. Environment studies, haven't done them in a little while, so that's why I want to sort of get going. And check this out, we're getting high tech here. Ready? Not really high tech, but when we do when we go for challenges, this is for my YouTube people, right? And when it gets intense, boof, we've got pulsing. It could be a little bit distracting. I don't know. I'm trying things out. This is probably not how it's going to be forever, but it is what it is. I was just playing around with After Effects last night. So production quality is going up. You're welcome. Sarah, hello from Egypt. Hello from Australia. All right. Oh, how intense. That sounded very sarcastic, Julia. All right. So, what I'm going to be using is shameless plug, but it's what I use. So what are you going to do about it? The Filthy plugin for Photoshop. Right, so this is going to allow me to fill in those shapes really, really quick, but you can just use a brush. You can use your nose for all I care. I don't care. It's the principles are the things that matter, right? It's not about necessarily the tools. We are looking at values, we are looking at color, and we are looking at shape. How you would arrive at those things is completely up to you. So I've just started to do a bit of doodling here just before stream, just because, but I might just, I'll leave the doodle there, it's fine. Artistic, what's going on? Welcome. Marcio, Moraes, welcome. Diego, great to have you from Argentina. All right, so wherever you're at, I hope you're all caffeinated or not. If it's late at night, don't be caffeinated. Don't be silly. Or do be, I don't know. I'm not your caretaker. All right. Got a new layer on top here. I'll give everyone what? Another minute to get going. And then we're gonna get stuck into it. The timer will start. All right, I'm gonna start the first timer, just bang, no emojis, no sort of cost of admission. But then there will be later. And it's for engagement, and it's making sure that you guys are ready as well. It's not because I like to see a bunch of emojis, although it is fun seeing you guys. Pop them in there knowing that I'm talking to people. And I'm not just alone here. All right, so let's grab this reference on Pinterest for my Instagram people. Where did it go? Environment. Where did it go? Here we are. So apparently this is from someone on Instagram that Instagram's terrible for reading comments because it just flies by. This is a hotel in Swiss. Oh, I mean, look, it says right here. There's a road trip. It's a Swiss hotel apparently. 1M4XUU1. Love your work, man. I'm studying your work for my university course at FutureWorks Manchester. That's awesome. That's wicked. No, I really appreciate it. All right. Enough chit chat. We'll be chatting throughout this stream. But what do you reckon? Let's go 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes on the clock. I've got a new clock app so we can get it going faster. All right. The timer's ready to go. Let's go intense mode. Everyone, D-Boy, welcome. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let us begin. Okay. What's that saying? I hear like Navy SEAL say, what is it like? Slow is fast, fast is smooth. Smooth is good or something like that. I butchered it. But that's the principle I'm thinking of. I'm not just like, frick. I am, although I might slip into that, you never know. So what I'm thinking about here, really, I'm working from back to front when it comes to the landscapes. I'm not going to bother about layers. Bugger the layers. Cannot be bothered. So I'm just going to cut straight through that. That's fine. Now, I'm not looking for a one-to-one. Like I say this all the bloody time. You're probably getting sick of me saying it now. But I'm not looking for a one-to-one, like exact copy here. I want to bump up the saturation there. I'm just looking for some interesting shapes, you know. Looking at the light direction, this is a little bit warmer because the light is hitting it, so we might just increase. I need some saturated. I always start, that's an issue of mine. I always start way too desaturated. That's something to work on. I've been toying around as well with like a new YouTube video idea. Whoa. Of like what I want to work on for the coming year. Like things that I'm working on, things that have helped me so far. I don't know if that'll be beneficial to anyone, or if anyone really gives a shit. But I was thinking about it. All right, I'm squinting down. I hate rewatching these streams. I look like an absolute dickhead. Just like, I breathe through my mouth a lot. I've got to stop that. I need to like tape my mouth up and then I can't talk. So I'm sure some of you will be very happy with that. All right, so I'm just getting these mountains cranking in the background. How dark do you want to go with it? Yeah, let's go that dark. Now let's give that indication of the snow. We've only got 10 minutes, right? Now this snow is going to be doing a couple of things, right? It's going to be in the light, so I kind of want to warm that snow up just a smidge, just a tad. Right, maybe add a little bit more saturation. But then it's going to be in the shadow, which is the light of the sky, the big diffuse light. So we can just sort of indicate some of that here as well. All the values are way off. Oh, excuse me, my voice just broke and I just hit puberty on stream. And all we've got is some very dodgy looking snow mountains at the moment. What time have we got? Where are we at? 6 minutes 24. Okay, let's start getting everything else because we might do a couple of rounds of this, so it's not the only opportunity we have to do this thing, you know. Let's just get something here for the road. It's gonna look wrong, but we need something down to start judging the shapes, the values. Now I want to do like a wonky hotel sort of thing, like a pretty odd looking place, which will be fun, I reckon. All right, so there's a big shadow here where the hotel is casting on the road. Also, big news. I'm going to be doing, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, 12 days of Proco. I'm going to be a part of that this year. So I'm going to be doing another stream later on this week. I believe it's going to be most people's Fridays. So that's going to be cool. I think it's this week. Yeah, it is this week. So that's going to be wicked. Got another stream. Completely, I'm going to be experimenting with another stream this week. I think maybe even tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow. Where Francis and I, my good friend Francis, those that are in the know, you know who Francis is. He's a good friend and business partner of mine. And we're going to be chatting content and actually going through this latest YouTube video that I'm going to post this week. So sort of talking about what I was thinking about, my workflows, all the insider tips and tricks. So if you guys are thinking about content, you're interested in content, that is going to be fun. All right, so this is going to take a while to, not a while, but it's going to take a little bit to sort of come together. I'm always thinking about the local values, so I'm not really lighting this super accurately yet. Not just yet, but we'll get there. So I'm gonna have like maybe the roof a little bit more wonky. On the wonky side, this, maybe see how extreme we can get. This has to be quite a lot brighter. No, not as yellow. No, thank you. Yeah, it just looks really, it looks like a coffee cup at the moment. It'll get better, I hope. All right, we've got 2 minutes 55. What can we do in that time? What's looking shitty? So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do another environment scene. These are good fun just to get your eye in with values, with shape, and seeing how simplistic you can actually get with these things. As we see this, we can tell that this is curved, right? By multiple things. We can see how these sort of rectangles are in perspective. We can see the sort of curve of the light on this front part. There's a lot of clues there that we can use to our advantage. Okay, so I might even do the reverse switcheroo where I'll block in just like that big block of shape there, and then I'll carve into it after, if that makes sense. It will do shortly, so then I'll come here just so we can get them maybe lining up. That's one. That's two, that kind of thing. So you can go all sorts of ways with it. You don't have to explicitly paint every little bloody window. We're looking for the impression of things. And I'm keeping zoomed out. And this is going to save me a ton of time in editing after if I use this as a short or a reel. But it's also good just to keep zoomed out. Also, I want to experiment with like chatting to people live on here instead of just listening to them. I'm getting real sick of listening to my own voice, if I'm honest. So whether we get some of you guys in through Discord, or we can sort of chat like periodically, pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. Get some of my mates popping in as well. That could be cool. Just keeping it fun. For you guys and for me as well. Okay, what have we got? 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, so it automatically switches back. I forgot that it does that. So, first 10 minutes, not terrible, not amazing, right? But this is where we can start really pushing the colors, pushing our understanding of the forms, pushing those values. More so, really get in the direction of the shadow, because the shadow's coming this way. The light's coming this way, so the shadows sort of going that way. So, not a terrible start. I did put this on a separate layer, so I did lie that I'm not going to use layers, but I did put the house on the separate layer. Forgive me. All right, let's catch up with chat. Jeez, Instagram's going nutty. Thungans, what's happening? Got to go efficient. Sonic the Art Study Hedgehog, that's it. Thungans, yeah, they're on Pinterest. They're in the description. Do I recommend Procreate or Photoshop? Yes. to both of them. They're both different use cases for me. Photoshop here allows me to look up at the screen, have better posture, and work at my desk. Doesn't mean I can't use my iPad at my desk, obviously, but usually I use Procreate like on the couch or in other scenarios where I don't have my desktop available, and it works great. So I recommend both. Little Doodle Devil. Welcome back, my friend. Catch you later, Dylan. All right. So, decent start. Give you another 30 seconds. And then we'll get cracking on another one. All right, get prepped, get ready. I want to see how I can wonkify it even more. How do I make it more wonky? Just like really bowl it out. I mean, I've seen a lot of people do this where they'll just even just use the warp tool and just be like, wow. Something along the lines of that. I don't know if that's even better or not. Probably not. Super Trooper, welcome, my friend. Little Doodle Devil. I'm absolutely crying. My animation teacher has used animating in Adobe, and I'm praying the computer does not crash because of the amount of layers and tweening I'm doing here. Fingers crossed for Adobe. Holding up to the strain of all the tweening. All right. Ready, everyone? Big, medium, small. You're not wrong, Thumb Guns. That is something to think about. All right. Kiara, we're going to do a little bit of that today. A little bit of, can you do a tutorial on painting and rendering? Yep, we're going to do a little bit of that today. All right. I mean, I'm doing some painting now. So, 5 emojis, let's go. Now it's everyone's turn to contribute to the emoji fund. There's a bit of a delay. Orkin Legend, we've got 1. It's the price of admission. It's pretty low. 2, 3. We got Little Doodle Devil doing it. Shadow 5, beautiful. We got him. We got him. We got him. Oh, we're overpaying. We're overpaying. That's okay. Zach Byness Designs Legend. I see you on Instagram. Okay. Let's get cracking. Let's go 15 actually. I want to jack up the time. 15 minutes. Intense mode. Let's go. All right, so we're focusing on refining these shapes. So let us fill in this gap that we did at the back here. So big, medium, small. That's a good call, Thumb Guns. So what's our big? I think maybe the small is the top of it. So we knock this back. Or maybe that's the medium. So I'm just going to cut that in. All right, I'll fix that later. And this is the big, and the small is this. I don't know. I'm thinking too much. Just got to throw them down. All right, now we've got shadow on the top. So as easy as that, well, not as easy as that. It sounds good. But as simplified as that thought process of just adding shadow in, it just looks like now there's a little bit of shadow there. Now let's add some indications of this being round, right? So we've got these little accoutrements. Oh, excuse me. We can just make it up as well. We don't have to be, we can make them bigger. We don't have to have the exact number. Because half of this is going to be in light. So this should actually be a bit brighter, I think, a little bit warmer. Potentially. Let's give that a whirl. So here, bam, bam, bam. Yep. That's looking like something. Now we need to add some more color in here, definitely. Definitely. All right, let's look, let's observe. Now you can also delete with the filthy plugin as well. This is not an infomercial, this is just reality. Let's add these little back behind things. Now I think what we need to do is adjust the environment around it. Because sometimes if my light's not looking right, I might add a little bit of hue shifts here, so you can do hue shifts where it's just going to add a little bit of variation to the colors that I'm putting down. Let's squint down. Yeah, that background's got to be knocked right the way down. So let's cheat a little bit and just pull that down with levels. I mean, it's not cheating, it is. I'm using the tools at my disposal. Should have really had this sky on another layer. Do I do that? I don't know. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep rolling with it. All right, on the correct layer, let's go. This needs to be warmed up a smidge. You can even add some smaller shapes in here, you know. Decrease the saturation so it kind of blends in a little bit more. Trying to add a bit of texture, you know, get some interest. So let's add that to our background layer and add some of this indication of like a rail along here. That's fine. There's like a little blue sign, so we can start adding little things like that. Maybe even, oh, put that, oh, bugger it, we're going all over the place now. Layers be damned. Now we're getting some foreground elements in here. I'm always too timid in the beginning with the values. That's okay. Well, it's not, but we can always fix it. Now I do want to frame this a little bit better. So I want to have this mountainous region kind of frame the hotel a little bit more. up some of these shapes in the background there. Have some of this be brighter, more vibrante. It's probably not even a word. More vibrant, lighter in value, so we can frame that hotel. Need that to be warmer. No, reduce the saturation. There we go. That's a little better. And this snow should be quite bright. And this here. So I'm just looking at shapes at the moment. I'm not even concerned about being super correct. I'm looking at shapes, seeing where we can play. And we need to show some depth with that road, right? So this road is going to cut behind here, and this larger shape is going to cut in front like that. Better. Now we've got a bit of depth. And then what we can do is use the illusion of light and shadow to add. Darken this down, we'll add the road lines here. And like a little bit of the rail back behind there, maybe? I don't know. Road lines color and continue that. No. You can give some depth or like the illusion of this curb being here as well, just with this little bit of shadow. So there's a difference in the planes. Okay, there's some of this stuff going on here. What time we got? Far out, it's going very quick. Maybe an indication of that cloud in the background. So many little things that I need to refrain from doing. This is about efficiency. Now I'm starting to see these smaller shapes on the side here, which are cool. The little railings. A bit too intense with the saturation, so let's knock it back. Now we can add maybe an indication of the window lines. What we can do is we can use the line tool. How big is that? Yeah, it's gonna be too big. Let's knock that right down to like 3 maybe. There we go. So we got nice, crispy little lines there. Now, I want to stay zoomed out as much as every fiber of my being wants to zoom in. I will resist. What else have we got? We've got this kind of sign here, which we would want to just add an indication of that wrapping around the building a little bit into shadow. And then we can clean everything up just by going. What do we got time-wise? 1:45, okay. Let's come here, line. I've been neglecting this line tool. It's super, super valuable for this more blocky kind of stuff. That size, that shadow underneath the roof. This whole thing needs to be warmed up, if I'm honest, but like here, this is more orangey. Well, it should be more orangey. Is that not the word for orange in Japanese? Did I just accidentally speak legit Japanese? Remember that from primary school? "13 seconds, warm this right the way up." Even just that little warmth has helped a lot in the red. Yeah, there we go. Oh, so much to do, so little time. But oh, we've lost chat. Where's my chat going? There we go, and we're back. How did we go? Let's take a look at chat. I tried to do your method on character design, but I don't know why every time I try to do character design, I change it to realism. It takes time, Shadow. It really, really does. It takes a lot of time. Thumb guns, adding shadows, add shadow. Yep, that's it. Look, I'm honest. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Auckland, Ben always spends his vacation at this hotel. Oh, I wish. Dazzling, that's all right. We're going to be doing some more of this. Aussie, yep, doing some backgrounds. just to start with. Then we're going to adding some things to this scene or another scene. We'll see how we go. Ah, Daryl, I appreciate you. AC Tunes, welcome. Everyone welcome AC, first timer. Aussie, I haven't drawn in months because of my job. Any wisdom? I guess start small, because I tend to, at least for me, I tend to want, when I draw, to like have something turn out really well. Every time, every session that I sit down and draw. That might not be a reality. So just do something, even if it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes every day is going to be better than like a 10-hour session once every couple of weeks. If you know what I mean. Ah, the dogs, the dogs. Hopefully you can't hear them, but I can. Faha, welcome. British Giraffe, your use of hard edges has inspired me into making some of the best pieces I've made in a while. I'm so glad I came across your content. That's awesome. That's so cool to hear. Oh, Julia, no worries, no worries. We're still here. Super, how's Plain Jane going? She's going well. She's going well. I'm working on the base. This base, right? This frick, I want to throw this out the window. This base that she's gonna fit in, right? She fits nicely. It's beautiful. It's like a nice, like, really nice fit. This has taken longer than sculpting this thing. It is so freaking frustrating. The priming, the sanding, the priming, the sanding, the filling. I was getting the bottom level the other night, right? And I was just like chiseling away, and then I chipped up the freaking corner. So I've got to fix that. But also, I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? We got a vacuum degasser now. So that vacuum degasser means I can do crystal clear castings. So we're all systems go. Dazzling. Ah, little diddle diddle, that sucks. Yeah, this music isn't bad, hey? It's just a random little playlist. I think Instagram's shut itself. So I'm just going to quickly restart that. Give me 2 moments. I'll let you know what I'm doing, so it's not just nothing. Stylized art study, and we need an emoji in there for interest. Marketing, baby. Something went wrong. Of course it did, Instagram. Scumbag. Looks like Instagram has shut itself. What is it? Stylized art study. My apologies, everyone. This is highly unprofessional. But it is out of my hands. All right, public. Off we go. And we should be back to regular programming. Three, two, one. Throw in the stream thingamabob. And start streaming. All right, now we're going to do... Sorry, I just yelled into the microphone. My apologies. Okay, now we're going to be giving this one a shot. This is really interesting. I really liked the lighting in this one. There's a lot of difference in the shapes and whatnot. AC Tunes. Please, what material do you use to create your sculptures? Alien clay. Alien clay is what I use for this sculpture. All right, let's get this up for the IG peeps. IG peep. It's just the cringe. Sometimes I talk and I regret it. All right. We're just getting situated with the next reference. It's going to be this reference. Okay, we need, what do you reckon? What do you say? 8 emojis, let's go. I don't want to be waiting around forever. 8 emojis, cost of admission. Looking illustrated film, appreciate ya. Thank you for popping in. Instagram had a little bit of an issue, but we're back again. 8 emojis and we'll get cracking on this this next study. Orkin Legend. We've got one. We've got British Giraffe. We've got Super coming in clutch as always. Hope that game devs are going good, Super. We've got Julia. We've got David. Little Doodle Devil. What's my favorite style of art? Ooh, that's hard to say. Leah. Melitic. Legend. What's your favorite medium? Any medium that's fun. Digital. Sculpting. Digital sculpting. Traditional sculpting. All right, I'm looking for 2 more. 2 more emojis before we get going. Brief Blue Sky, Legend, and we've got Aussie coming in clutch and Arclaw with the snail. Thank you, everybody. We've unlocked the next level. Let's start the timer. I'm liking 15 minutes. 15 minutes. How does 15 minutes feel to everyone? Is it better than 5 minutes? Not super long. It's not like half an hour. All right, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. All right, again, I'm throwing down. I might try just with this. Can I adjust? Yes, I've got that, the shortcut to adjust the sizes. Beautiful. And do I have, where's my shortcuts? All right, we're getting fancy here. Okay, we're wasting time, I'm just gonna throw blue in the background. What a surprise. Bam, that's green. Throw off hue shifts for a second. Let's do more of a blue. Better. All right, I'm gonna have that on. I'm gonna do some layers, okay? I'm not gonna go full crazy mode just on the single layer. I'm gonna utilize that line tool a little bit more, I think. Let's start blocking in our big shapes. So I see this. But I'm not being perfect with it. That's what I'm seeing. Might even do some more clipping mask stuff for speed. Yep, I reckon I might do some more clipping mask stuff. So I'm going to clip mask underneath there. I'm going to come here. I'm going to add in that light. It's going to look garbage like always to begin with. But trust me, it may look better. I'm not making any promises. Okay, now I'm going to work within, actually, let's delete or mask out this shape in here. Why did that not work? Why didn't that work? Why didn't that work? Because I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. We're looking for efficiency here, people. Okay. Let's see how the, and I used a paintbrush. Right, how that kind of gradates up. Okay, now I'm going to be working within this dark shape. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? I'm seeing this. Too bright. Knock it back. Better. Now I'm just going to line tool the frick out of it. And hopefully, all going well, it'll start to come together. This is a pretty tricky looking one, if I'm honest. Let's take a look here in the background. You've got these shapes here. It's looking a little bit monotone, if I'm completely honest. That's fine. Okay, now we need a little bit of the greens, a little bit of that indication of shrubbery. Okay, and now we might want to put, I say that I'm working on things and then I bounce around. So it's what you get on these streams, stream of consciousness. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now in this light shape. This is a tricky one. Just trying to find all the big shapes to begin with. All of the greys. It's very grey heavy with those pops of colour. Right, that post needs to be a bit thicker. Coming into the scene a little bit further. That's better. Well, let's warm that up. Let's warm that right the way up. Eight minutes, okay. Now I've kind of abandoned my layers a little bit, which is okay. This needs to be lighter, so let's just hit that colour where we want it. That value. Slightly brighter. And we can save a bit of time just with this. Go on, bam, bam, bam. Okay, now these are connected. These connect to this part, and they kind of so this is going to show some perspective. These lines underneath here, just call them right the way down. Now there's a big pole in here that I didn't even see until now that I'm looking at it. Slow is good. Whereas it slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Fast is good. Butcher that. I want to get that. That's a good little saying to remember. Now it would be cool just to add a bit of that value difference here on the road. We've got 5 minutes. Okay, how can we better this? There's a lot of tweaking that needs to be done, for sure. Now this needs to be brighter down here because it's getting hit by the light, by the sun, and it's kind of like a different concrete sort of color. Maybe even a tad brighter, a bit more desaturated. And then because that post is there, we can add that indication of shadow. So now that brings that post into the scene. Might want to just quickly, while we've got a few minutes, now the aspect ratio and everything is kind of off. Okay, just a bunch of these lines to indicate the electricity poles. For lack of a, my brain's not with electricity poles. Jesus Christ. So now we're adding a bit of depth. This is very therapeutic. I love this. Just seeing what I can do to make this feel better. At the very least, we got a good base. At the very least. There's this little yellow post here. So it's getting hit by the light. Bump the saturation up here as well. Post is coming forward to us now. Whoa, what about it? No. Okay, we're back. You can tell every lie, every time I laugh, you know what's going on. You can see through me like glass, but you don't need to ask, cause I'ma say nothing is wrong. Smile on my face, but dead in my core. We were in deep, now we're back at the shore. Stayed together without a doubt, we knew each other both inside and out. I wonder every day how it became like this. Now wishing in life there was a redo switch. Used to read me like a cheat sheet. Okay, now there's a little bit of a corner up there that's getting hit by light. What have we got? 40 seconds. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I gotta stay strong, even if my wounds open and show. Yeah, I gotta live on for the present. Know that everything will be okay, just fine. Everything will be alright, right? I can't take this pill, not any longer. I'm just acting tough, I'm nowhere strong enough. When I see a smile, that's just some torture. Every time I think about you, girl, the pain is absolute. Okay. Oh, that was tricky. Super. The game is going great. There we go. The game is going great. Tons of new animations and a new video update. Probably my best performing yet. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out. Duncan, see you're gonna have birthday dinner. Oh, Duncan, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Dazzling. Does values sharpen or edges sharpen? That is a meta question if I've ever heard one myself. Values can sharpen. Values can also soften. Edges can sharpen. Edges can also soften. J. Ron, what did you type into Pinterest to find these references? Environment. Street. I just be very vague and then I pick the ones that I want, add it to my board, and then it gives me ones that I like, or that are like similar with the same sort of vibe. Melissa Coy, welcome. Jay, you look like a tense surgeon doing those last details. Oh, tell me about it. It's stressful. I've found a plugin for OBS where you can actually have your heart rate, and I've got like the Apple Watch that I think can like connect to it. That'll be interesting. James Mustafi, appreciate you. Yeah, that'll be fun. 1M4XUU1. I'm going to have to leave it there. It's bedtime for me, but really appreciate this. We'll catch up on YouTube when you upload. Again, big fan. I appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. Heart rate monitor, squat breaks. I need to do the squat breaks again. I really do. Good call, Super. J-Ron, that'll be interesting. Can your watch detect your stress levels? Nah, just the heart rate, which could be an indication of just like increased blood flow. Jimmy K, any tips on placing eye sockets? Doing a bunch of studies currently, and I'm definitely noticing some issues I'm constantly having to address, so that's good at least. First time catching a stream, big fan. Appreciate you, Jimmy. Eye sockets, they're my favorite. because they place the eyes, and eyes are always a really tricky thing for me to put on the face. But we're doing environments at the moment, but hopefully we'll get to some sort of more character stuff after this, because what I want to do for those that are just joining, I want to place some characters into these environments using a similar light source, right? There's like a little exercise. Yeah, Pox will get going in another minute, I reckon, so I'm just catching up with chat. Yeah, Pox Junior, what is the best in capital, best way to practice any type of anatomy, like humans, animals, etc.? Just any references, or do you have recommendations of pages to practice? Very broad question. There's no best way. That's the first thing. I like to keep it interesting with subject matter that I find interesting, instead of like, all right, now I've got to do like 50 elbows to get better at elbows. Let's find 50 characters that my favorite artists have done, where they show the arm in certain angles and study that. Then, I'll get the anatomy books out and then I'll see, okay, what were they thinking of? How did they simplify the shapes? And then sort of go through that kind of process. That's more fun to me. Melissa, my Pinterest is currently obsessed with Art Nouveau because I just finished an Art Nouveau mansion book cover. It does that. You've got to train the algorithm for sure. Julia, heart rate stream. We'll be watching a big difference at the end of the time. Imagine it's just like steady through the whole thing. I think my resting heart rate's like 59. So we'll see if it gets up, like how far it gets. Imagine it's like 200. I'm like, okay. It'll probably be higher because I'm on stream as well and I'm talking and stuff. All right, let's restart the timer. Another 15, and then we'll get into some figuring out what we're going to place in these scenes. That's going to be interesting. J-Ron, I still remember placing the dinosaurs in environment days. I do want to do that. That's just a thing I like doing. Maybe we'll do a quick dinosaur before you do other stuff. We'll see. Good throwback, Jay. Okay. No emojis. We're just going. I hope you're ready. Now let's analyze. I think I'm going to merge everything except for the background. That sounds like the right way to go. Oh, I merged everything and the background. Idiot. Okay, now I'm just sticking around. That's fine. That's whatever. Okay, now let's start carving. This is kind of faster, but a little bit slower because we've got to be careful of the shapes that we've already put down in the foreground. Now these shadows casting on this wall is like a big thing that's placing stuff in the scene, you know. Let's add some brighter values to both the foreground and the background.
발거주할 일러 바치는 거야. 너 제가 죽으려면 죽는 신용이라도 할 거야? 좀 주체적으로 살아봐. 아 인생을 말이야.
Does anyone know the language that this song's been? I mean, now it's English. This paint here is going to be pretty reflective because it's like stark white, so we can bump that and fix the perspective on that, so that's going to be a bit better. Nice. I don't know what to say. All I know is there's lots of little details that I need to prioritize. What's more important? And even thinking about the warmth and the coolness of some of these shapes in the background as well. Like it's quite warm, the road here. A little bit lighter in value, I think, these shadows. Maybe a bit warmer as well. And if I'm honest, this whole... That's the cool thing with having it all blocked out, is that you can just do that. You can just get sections and just change them at will. Adding a little bit of nuance to this section here, and how this, I'm thinking about the foreground now, how the curb fits into the whole scene. It's almost that super bright value. There we go. Now we're cooking. Alright, let's squint down and see what else we can do. Okay, so there's some really bright sort of trees behind the post here. We can add a few more if we want. Even an indication of some of the light coming through past the post. let's brighten that sky up just a smidge. There we go. That works. Brightening up some of these leaves here. And then with the lightness, we must have the dark. So we add in some of the shadows. I'm not talking much because my mind's going a mile a minute. Just trying to find all these little shapes. This whole thing can be warmed up a lot, I think. And we can even, if we want to be cheeky, we can just, what time have we got? 5 minutes, okay. Start just brushing in. Some of these shadows in here. Now I'm going to use layer modes just to warm and cool some things up and down. So I might do, what do you reckon, multiply. Feeling a little bit more, because this is getting light bounced from the environment. And the environment, the light source is a little bit warmer. So we might just want to scooch in a few warmer tones. Still got to think what I'm putting in these scenes. Still don't know yet. Not entirely sure. More indications of that really brightly lit, or of those really brightly lit trees and whatnot. It's a little bit bare back here. So actually what I might want to do. Yeah, this will work. Need some of these telephone pole lines. Not going to be perfect by any means, but that'll do the trick. So tiny. Just all these little bloody lines and whatnot. It could actually muddy it up a little bit, which isn't a good thing. But at the same time, it could give it dimension. Who knows? Oh, shit. Timer stopped. Oh, okay. So, we've done a couple of little studies so far of these references. Stylized them. This one's more stylized in shape. This one's more stylized in sort of color, I guess you could say, and shape a little bit. Just catching up with chat. Whew, I need a break after that one. That's was crazy, man. Adela Stopka. Hi, I'm so happy that I catched your amazing stream today for the first time, even though it's super late in Europe. You rock. I appreciate it. Now, thank you for staying up late. Diego, how do you make the color look solid when you paint the transitions or in the color mix and not look watered down? I paint with solid color. I paint it without any transparency. So when I throw the color down, for example, like here, it's a solid color. So then I've got to do the work of making those transitions, those value transitions, and pick a lighter color or a darker color or a warmer color or a cooler color. So there's a lot of sort of decisions. Because I mean, like, look, you zoom in here, it's like scrappy as, like, what is this? Like this means, but then you zoom out because of the values are kind of feeling okay. It comes together. Ah, Misha, what's up? What's going on, man? Melissa Coy, no idea, but now I want to listen to Black Kavlar disco drum. Yeah, it could have been Korean. Don't know. Hot dogs, hello. How do you feel with the lasso? Is it an extension? It's a filthy plugin for Photoshop. The link's in the description. Yeah, all good. All good, hot dogs. Oh, David, you absolute bloody legend. I appreciate it, my friend. Fahad, do you British Giraffe? Should I start listening? I should start listening to music while drawing because this is hella relaxing. Yeah, I listen to music while I'm drawing. Listen to podcasts, all sorts. Fahad, do you use color theories on this studies like complementary color? I'm not actively thinking about it. Maybe intuitively, but even here, right? You can notice you've got obviously the cool of the sky. You've got cooler colors in the shadows. But then all the lights are pretty warm. So then you've got a little bit of that complementary stuff going on just by it being in sunlight, and how all the shadows here can be lit or are being lit by the diffused blue light of the sky, if that makes sense. So I'm not explicitly thinking, okay, I've got to do this sort of color palette. I'm thinking about both the environment and how the light's reacting to the environment and pushing those colors a little bit more. The Art of Leora, welcome. Diego, no problem, my friend. Monstera Tabaruno Barinas. My deepest apologies for absolutely butchering your name on Instagram. What's the best way to master values? There's no best way. I think doing studies like this and really adjusting as you go, like turn everything black and white. Right, and here I can see some real like glaring issues. But just focus on black and white to begin with. Alright, so then look, for example here. This square. How close did I get? Close-ish. Right, and then it's really just judging back and forth and back and forth. And then when it comes to invention, what you've got to do is start thinking about how light happens. Right, so why? So it's kind of, yeah, it's like segmented. Right, so the way of thinking about things, if you're just purely looking at values and like these studies here, is just judging, is just back and forth, back and forth. How's my grey looking here? How's that grey looking there? Back and forth, back and forth. But then if you're inventing, which we're going to do next, we've got to think about where the light source is coming from, what angle are the shadows, what sort of fall off is going to happen, like fall off meaning the light transitioning into the shadow depending on the object that we're inventing, if that makes sense. Also, get Blender and crack that open and figure out how to just light a sphere. That is probably would be one of my top tips, because then you've got a little sandbox that you can just try all different light sources in and really test things out, and then take a screenshot or just copy it as you go, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Milku, what do you look up to find your reference photos? I just go on Pinterest, and for these I think it was just like street, house, whatever, and then whatever it throws at me, I'll just like save it to a board, and then that board will fill up with things that I like, and then that board will suggest me other images with that kind of vibe. So I'm kind of like training the algorithm. All right, I'm going to take a cheeky break, if you don't mind. Whoa. Water break. Okay. Let me just write. That's back in 5. Cool. All right, I will see you momentarily.
Reach out to be okay, 'cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, found my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, found my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, found my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, found my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, cause I found my way.
Alrighty. We are back. We've got sparkling water. Because I'm fancy like that. We've got a coffee refill. And then we're good to go. Now, the plan. I want to add something to this without it taking another 4 hours. So, yeah, I'm not. Let's look. Let's grab some. Let's grab some reference. Let's get our posture. This would be a good time for like. I don't have the weights in here, but get the blood flowing. Get some squats. Get some squats going. Maybe next time. We got to keep that. Get that habit going again. Okay. Let us. I'm going to go into some figure reference. Like, look at this cool guy. I mean, we could have him just walking through the street and how that would affect, but maybe not him exactly. I don't know. It's going to be a challenge. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to do time sessions from now on. We're just going to cruise. Cruising altitude. I'm just going to merge this down. So then we can start sketching ideas, right? Go Pete. Hi, I'm going to Japan to study illustration. Fantastic. Do you think it would be a good idea to go to Japan? Sounds fun to me. It really depends on your goals. But it sounds like a good time. Alright. Let's get my brush settings. Reduce the smoothing. Okay, my instinct, like, just for the fun of it, I kind of just want to put like a tail of like a brontosaurus. I might just want to do a series of like dinosaurs like walking through suburban areas. But that blocks a whole lot of the scene, so maybe not. Let's try. Maybe we do like a big character walking through and he's kind of looking this way to see if any cars are coming. Or maybe we could use this guy, like he's got.
Usually I don't post.
He's shopping.
I don't post, but I want the world.
That could be kind of fun.
Time to pull a drop top out. Summer nights, it's a vibe, yeah. We've been keeping it in the house. Netflix and chilling, I GDM it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just something kind of mundane, but we can still have some fun with the light. This is a study after all. We're not looking for too much in-depth thinking with it. Got to think about the perspective of it as well.
I don't post. Usually I don't post, but I want the world to know. I'm a good catch, but I never let them catch me. No, I never let them play me. Wild thing try to take.
I mean, it looks a bit squat.
But you got my mood on sunshine.
Like his whole torso just isn't there. Maybe his head's a bit too big. He's missing his torso.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
So yeah, no time stuff, just chilling. Going back and forth with chat.
Make a mistake. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at
Maybe he's just finished off at the gym. He's walking home. Maybe I might want to make this a little bit larger.
Drive a faster car, lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
I gotta figure out.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me.
How he's gonna be standing.
Hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me.
Flip it. And rip it.
Beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip. Solo un rayo del sol cambia el tiempo en el reloj. Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón.
Hey Regan, yeah, flick us an email with some screenshots because it could be a couple of things that are happening.
Todos caen a mi lado. El freno lo arranqué.
But you are seeing the plugin show up, yeah?
Te burlaste de mí, se acabó. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe. Trata de quiero un carro que corra más. Traigo un fin y después un cabo de cigarette. Me pierdo en la ciudad, ha llegado mi tiempo ya.
So almost, I'd like to see that, like use that shadow sort of come over him, almost like he's coming out of the light. That's going to be fun.
Me siento feliz porque vivo mi vida centrado. Te burlaste de mí, se acabó. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, y Marte me espera mientras rodea. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. A veces yo soy yo voy a ser otro yo. A veces yo soy yo voy a ser otro yo. Los frenos los arranqué, el riesgo me cae bien. Los frenos los arranqué, el riesgo me cae bien. A veces yo soy yo voy a ser otro yo. A veces yo soy yo voy a ser otro yo. Los frenos los arranqué, el riesgo me cae bien. Los frenos los arranqué, el riesgo me cae bien. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, y Marte me espera mientras rodea. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe.
Oh no, I didn't. Thank you so much, Mixter, legend. I do love me some Adam Sandler. Or I could have him interact with the... I'm just adding time onto... onto the pole. No. I'm just going to go simple to start with. See, I've got a little bit of twisting with his torso there. He needs a bird friend. What kind of bird friend? Like a toucan. There you go. Why a toucan? Don't ask me, I'm just drawing it. Best. Should look up a quick reference of a toucan, or I'll just make up the bird. Okay, we've got a base, right? Let's work with the base. I mean, I could fix up the line work for a month of Sundays. So, I mean, the anatomies are kind of a bit out of whack, if I'm honest, but that's fine. Think just real quick. Just a tad taller. Could make a bit more sense. Maybe the feet a little bit bigger as well compared to his hand. Okay, that's fine. This is not an anatomy study. This is a lighting study. As he continues to noodle away at the anatomy. Okay. Let us fill him in. And the bird at the same time. All right. So now we've got something to work with, lighting wise. Let's think about him in the scene now. So I think that bird's got to be smaller, but we can fluff about with that later. All right. Let's think. Where are these shadows? So maybe
You really don't mind if you are wrong. You just need someone around. I'm holding you tight to my grip. Hurry back
something like he'd need to be smaller if that's the case.
and I'm just keeping you in the light.
Hmm.
Going down this road again.
So these are the things that you start to find when you begin to add things to a scene and you add shape. And then we can add some shadow. Just to begin with. And then we can just go through with like color maybe. Why he's got his shirt off, I don't know. Kind of looks Hulk-esque right now. Regan Simpson, you can reply, I think, to the download that Gumroad gives you. Give that one a shot. Catch you later, super. So I'm just trying to map some of these shadow shapes. Kind of looking a bit weird, but it's to be expected in the beginning. All right, let's get some of this light going. So if we think color dodge screen, we've got to think about where all this light is hitting, you know.
Got an ache inside of me. It's a deep hole where I bleed. Oh, can I seal it? You're like an ocean without land. Not a single grain of sand. I'm drifting on it. So cold yet warm. When you hold me, when you close. I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit,
No, that looks weird.
lighter.
Maybe
Something's
there's a little bit of just finding the shadow shapes in here as well.
making it brighter, right through the gray. It's the last thing that I need. Wanna feel something that's real. With you I get that. You're like a lighthouse in a dream. Really distant but your beam is guiding me
A little bit
home.
of color variation.
So cold yet warm. When you hold me, when you close.
So I like to just add a little bit, not a lot.
I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything
Color variation.
feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal,
And the skin.
making it brighter, right through the gray.
Regan, I'm glad to hear it. British Giraffe, did you ever take courses on anatomy or was it mostly studies? I think it was mostly studies. From memory, I can't think of a particular course that I took. So I'm just layering. See, like you zoom right out, it's kind of fitting in. Now let's look up toucan. How do you spell toucan? Toucan? No, but it knew what I meant. Okay. Let's just do that. So they've got this kind of deal. Like that, right?
You got me in the mood. It feels like I'm about to get
Go to the big orange, or you can have multiple colors. Let's just go orange. Let's just make it stand out.
They say once you get older you regret. Head in the clouds, give me time.
Was not expecting to draw this today. I'll tell you that right now.
Whispers behind my back. Talk it up, trash my name. I don't feel ashamed.
So then, if that's the case,
Easily misread.
then should we have
Once I get older, I'll have all these skeletons in my bed. Raise the
that
speed,
casting a shadow somewhere? It's not going to be perfect, but
wanna stay naive, both summer and winter time. Out there, I throw myself
no, I can paint that in later. Excuse me. That'll be fine.
with too much
Let's fix this guy's eyes. Let's just do the old merge them all down for speed. So we're all working on one layer now. Now we don't need to go super duper duper detailed. This all can correlate, excuse me, to what we were working on with the, like here for example. Right, there's a transition in values here as the sort of sun wraps around. So we want to take that into account when we're working with his forehead here. There's going to be a point where it's going to be the brightest. There's going to be a plane here, and then it's going to sort of slowly wrap around. Indication of some feathers on old mate toucan here. Nerpies, just woken from a nap. Beautiful. Itan, welcome. What if there was a schoolgirl standing at the corner at small child size comparison? That could be different. That could be cool. We've only got so long on the stream though. So we've chosen a toucan and a buff dude. Couldn't tell you why. He's got his grocery shopping here, or like a little bag of sorts. So weird. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm practicing light and shadow, that's what I'm doing. Don't have to justify what you draw. Still the best bird. I'm making his eye just a bit bigger. And just keep it messy. Don't have to render the living daylights out of it. Slowly getting there. Slowly but surely.
Tell me where are you now? Are you walking in your sleep? 'Cause this is like a dream, and you're standing next to me. But it's too dark, too dark, too dark. I can barely see your face. It's too dark, too dark. This is too hard. Still I know you're next to me. Na, 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 na. But it's too dark, too dark, too dark. Still I know you're next to me. We're playing hide and seek.
Yeah, not much more I've got in me to keep pushing this one, if I'm perfectly honest.
What's on your mind, baby? I'll be your guide even if it's too dark, too dark, too dark. I can barely see your face.
Maybe we can clean it up with some of the fill tools. Knee brain. Hi, I'm studying for an exam tonight. Hope to see this later. Have a nice day. Oh, thank you, knee brain. Davy and Giggity Giggity. G Noble, how you doing? Josh Sumana, hey man, do you know non-stylized anatomy too? Yeah. I find it easier to know normal human anatomy, and then I can sort of translate it onto sort of stylized figures. If that makes sense. All right, let's just wrap this up by cleaning up some of these shapes. He needs a tattoo. Maybe. Maybe that's the last thing we'll do. We'll wrap up with a tattoo. Duncan, what's happening? Yeah, good to see some environment. It's good to do some environments. Raki, really liking the music, Ben. Is this epidemic sound? It certainly is, yeah.
not interested. Open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me. Shadow me, I want. Sky is on fire. The lake has turned to a golden sun. Oh, oh, I'll never get tired.
My apologies for going quiet. I've, what could you say? Running a bit out of steam and I'm trying to figure this out at the same time. The sleep last night was not great. We had thunderstorms all night and the dogs do not like thunderstorms. So that means we do not like thunderstorms.
There is a moment meant for us, and now you made it, but I already played this. Not interested. Open your eyes, let's get it done. Take my hand, just follow me. Shadow me, I want. Sky is on fire. The lake has turned to a golden sun. Oh, oh, I'll never get tired.
This whole thing be a bit smaller maybe. Yeah, that feels maybe a little bit better. Well, I like his size. Maybe I can do that. But then warp. I don't want this whole thing to be warped up. I just want this more. Yeah, I know what I'll do. There you go. So it's more framed. If that makes sense. She was getting a little bit lost in the background. We just been there forever, just like finessing this. Now we could play around with a little bit of bounce light here. Like on his pec. So you've got his shoulder coming in here. and his bicep. Can do is give that illusion a bounce light just in there, which would happen. Yeah, I think this whole side of his face would be in shadow. Whoa. It kind of looks cool though, but not what I'm after. Alright, I reckon I might wrap it up soon. How's chat going? Hey Ben. Oh, hold on. Duncan, not sure if you have been asked, but what did you make of the GTA 6 trailer? Holy frick tits, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I've just got to stay alive, touch wood, until 2025. A lot of people have said that, and I was thinking, I was like, shit, I gotta be careful. Not like I'm not careful, but I'm just like, shit, gotta make it. G-Noble, hey Ben, have you seen my works in progress in the Discord? I'm almost done with the 3D character. Also, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. British Giraffe, I'm so tired I'm falling asleep at my desk at this point. Wonderful work, Ben. Hope to see you in the next stream. Appreciate you. Thank you for popping in. Thanks, Duncan. Yeah, that was someone. Someone recommended the cheeky toucan. It was a good idea. Maria, what type of art routine or lifestyle in general would you recommend a beginner? I'm not one to tell you what lifestyle you should be leading, you know. It's a little bit tricky to say. It all depends on your goals, right? That's the most annoying answer, but it's the most truthful. It's like I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. I would recommend a healthy lifestyle, so a holistic, not just grinding art all day long. You want to get to the gym, you want to eat well, you know what I mean? You got to look after this artistic vessel of yours, if you would like to put it that way. So much finessing that I want to do with this, but so much. I mean, this whole shoulder is way too broad. I mean, lifestyle in a habit kind of way to improve art. Okay. Well, again, it comes down to your goals. Because to improve art is a pretty broad thing to say, you know. Like, what does that mean? What are you interested in? What do you want to do with this? Catch you later, G Noble. Yoshi, I'm doing well. How you doing? Alright, I'm just noodling at the moment. My brain, she's fried. I think we'll call it there. Not the best thing I've ever done, but it was a fun little exercise. Doing some environments, throwing a character in there. Really rough line work, so we're kind of finding the shapes on the fly. Yeah, not everything has to be a bloody masterpiece. We just fit this guy on our environment study, which is cool. I just want to keep noodling. I'm so tired. Question is to have a nap or not to nap. Because if I have a nap, then that could really screw my sleeping pattern. I could just power through, get something to eat, and then have an early one. Probably sounds like the way to go. I'm thinking. We're going to get some editing on this YouTube video. It's going to be released this week. I'm saying it here so it happens. This week, new YouTube video coming out. It's going to happen. Okay. Just got to stop. All right. Cool. Well, with that, thank you very much for popping in. Before we go, I'd like to mention a couple of things. First of all, my website, where all of these things that I'm going to talk about, you'll be able to find. So the first thing that I just clicked out of, so beneblin.com, links in the description. Rauchi, stop drawing me weird. My mistake. I'm sorry, I should ask permission next time. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mixter. So beneblin.com, we've got, if you like this stylized stuff, we've got a stylized character tutorial available right now. 10 chapters, 8 hours. You get 3D models to study from. You get the PDF field guide, 40 plus pages if you don't like reading, or you like reading and you like to watch and read and refer back to things. I've sort of written that out for you as well, that goes along with the tutorial. Christmas is coming up, so something to treat yourself or a loved one with. Next thing, the Filthy plugin. This is what I used a lot today to get this sort of more blocky texture. It autofills the lasso tool. It adds hue shifts. Let's get the character out of the way. Right, so you can do it. It just speeds up the process essentially. So it's something that I use all the time, and I started making it with my friend, good friend Francis, because I wanted it. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of Francis and I have a podcast called Make Now Think Later, which is all about content creation, the business side of content creation, the analytics behind content creation, real numbers, real stuff that we are struggling with, what's working, what's not. So if you are interested in that, you can go to this link here. Drawing hands right now. My deepest sympathies with you, Alexander. So if you like that kind of stuff, podcast wise, give that a whirl. I believe I'm going live tomorrow with Francis about that kind of stuff, so I'll put it in my stories if you're interested in that. Proco, 12 days of Proco, I believe it's called. I'll be doing it the same this time, so like 10, or starting when I started today, 10:30 Australian Central Daylight Time on my Saturday, so a lot of people's Friday. So yeah, but they'll be promoting it, I'll be promoting it, so that's going to be fun. What else? I've probably forgotten something. You know where to find me. You're smart people, you know what's what. But yeah, no, it was fun. This is fun. And again, thank you everyone for popping in. It means the world to me. I look forward to these every week. And yeah, I think that's it. Any last questions before we head off? Chat? See you later, Action. Catch you later, Artistic. Ray Black finally able to catch me live. I'm about to head off. Sorry, Ray. Literally saying my goodbyes. Catch you later, Julia. Thank you for popping in. And look, I'm hungry. I'm starving, so I'm gonna bounce. Thanks everyone, and I'll catch you in a couple of streams this week. I'm gonna be streaming a couple of times. So have a good one. I'll see you soon. Cisco, throw it in the Discord. Oh, Discord. Where's that link? If you do want to join the Discord, let me just show you the Discord quickly. I knew I was forgetting something. So as we do some of these challenges, you can throw them in the Discord, show off what you've been working on. All right, we've got a bunch of resources, ideas and feedback, etc., etc. So I will share that link in chat for you as well. And on that note, toodaloo. I want to go have a nap. And I'm still here trying to find the end stream. Okay, end stream. Ta-ta for now.